is an alpha raptor. He is a level 96, and he's running around this area pretty much killing everything he encounters. He first showed up next to my base, right at the fence, caused a heck of a problem that I know of for certain. At least one of my pteranodons is dead because of it. I spent some time trying to lead the sucker away. that's when I figured out that I cannot hope to fight this thing. See, here he is taking on the trike. He had no problem with that critter at all. My best hope is to lead him away. Here's a Carno. Let's see what the Carno does with him. Is he ignoring the Carno? Are you kidding me? The Carno and the Raptor are ignoring each other? I thought Raptors, I thought alphas in particular went after just about everything. Oh, for crying out loud. The Carno apparently ignored him. Except other than sharing in the dinner on the trike. I can't see anything in these bloody trees. I kind of want to keep an eye on this raptor, and if I can manage to lead it farther away. I don't want this sucker anywhere near my base, because I really don't think that I'm up to handling a level 96 raptor. Not an alpha. A regular raptor, sure. Pick him up, beat him to death, and drop him. But alphas can't be picked up. Used to be, apparently, but not anymore as of a recent patch. I don't see where he's gone to. Going first person. Trying to spot him. Like I said, mostly because I want to make sure of where he is and that that location is not my base. No idea where he's at, so I'm going to search around and see what I can figure out. So I spent some time earlier. I logged in and did the usual maintenance things, taking care of crops and setting up fertilizer, distributing fertilizer, and setting up production of more with Norton's help over there. And going by all the dinos, attending to people's levels, and collecting the spoiled meat from all the carnivores, and making sure everybody had the necessary food and so on, and processing the spoiled meat, and generally assorted stuff and things and whatnot. And I was looking at this mess here and trying to figure out what I need to do with it. The basic idea here is I wanted to have a pier going out into the water, but that is way too tall, so I'm going to have to redo that. And figuring out what I'm going to do with the inside of the building here, which I have a ramp here because ARK doesn't believe in stairs. Yeah, and you actually need two ramp sections to go up, as opposed to just like one stair block or a couple of stair blocks or something. I don't know. I think stairs would be nice. And as far as doors go, this door I hate, because it is not possible to place it in such a way that it will open with the hinge on the left side of the door as I'm facing it right now. That's most irritating. So that door is placed wrong, and eventually I'm going to break it off of there and throw it away because it's wrong and it's driving me nuts. The door is on backwards. And you can't put it on right. Yeah. Anyway, after the adventure that you saw at the beginning, and all of that stuff finally settled down, off that way, on the other side of that hill, is a river. And the Alpha Raptor made his way over there and proceeded to dine on all of the various and sundry life forms over there. I figure better them than me. So I went about doing things, getting back into routine, figuring out what I was going to do in today's video, realizing that that had been pretty well figured out for me. But what else that I was going to do after talking about showing the adventure? Yeah. I had an idea about doing some stego breeding, and I might still do that. But in any event, I was in the middle of that. I was getting ready to do some recording, and everybody got all antsy again, and the battle music started. And off there behind the fence, there was another raptor. Thankfully, this one was not an alpha. And so I hopped on Jack Burton over here, and yes, that's the name of the new Argentavis, Jack Burton, character from the movie Big Trouble in Little China. If you haven't seen it at least 15 times, shame on you. In any event, I managed to fly over there, and in one of my efforts at attack, I managed to pick up the raptor. And so I flew it over there into those islands, set it down, and proceeded to take a shot at it with tranks because it was a fairly high-level raptor. And this is how that went down. Got a shot here at, I believe it's a 105 Raptor. I'm not sure, but I think it's down. All right, come on. Set down. Actually, can't grab it from that angle, if I can grab it at all. Alright, let's get some distance, swing around, and now. Okay, grabbing it is not going to work. That's okay. Got a bunch of prime meat. And other meat if necessary. Other meat will be necessary. What I don't have is a supply of narcotics, so let's hope that it's not necessary. Alright, this is going. It's got 1180 some torpor. Alright. Not bad. This is going to turn out to be a pretty BA Raptor. Okay. We'll set you back to neutral. Okay, I'm going to hang out, make sure that Hungry here, well, that's not necessarily her name, but we'll make sure this goes. Having some prime meat from a few recent kills is a handy thing. Just happened to run into this person over near my base, and after the earlier encounter with the alpha raptor, I grabbed this sucker and took it away. Actually, I was taking a swipe at it and ended up picking it up. So I figured, what the heck? Took it over here to this island that's a little farther away and very nicely isolated. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we're doing okay here. Okay. This is working out pretty good. The prime meat sped things up enough that I'm not going to be needing the narcotics. Although I am going to make it a point to start carrying some on whatever critter I am flying or riding, just so that it's available if ever needed. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to name just yet. Because I haven't quite figured that answer out just yet. All right. That's neutral. You're following. And so come on over here, out in the open, away from the rocks. A little further. Good. Stop right there. All right. Now if I can just get directly above. Ugh. Maybe if I get a little bit of distance, I'll be able to get lined up first. Now that it's tame, it will be cooperative. I've seen other people do this, and they make it look so easy. Got it. Okay, we'll fly the new acquisition home. And so that's how Cordelia came to join us. And I have been thinking about it because this one tamed out pretty doggone good. Currently 154, some pretty decent stats, and so on. And I've been thinking about it, and it's just wrong that Buffy should not be the most BA of her kind around. And so I am going to rename, because that's the way it has to be. And of course, oh come on. Buffy must always have her Cordelia. Oh, no, yeah, there. That's better spelling. I'll have to check that later and probably end up having to fix it. But yeah. Buffy always has to be the most BA of her kind, and every Buffy needs a Cordelia. Absolutely. In any event, I had planned to do some breeding attempts with the stegos, and I may still do that, but a lot of my plans for building, for working on the workshop over there and whatnot, is going to be postponed because I've decided that this wooden fence wall is just not sufficient. It obviously isn't, because that raptor was glitched halfway through the thing several times, and that's just no good. So I might just arrange to make a whole bunch of these guys and make the base wall out of them, and might still keep the fence, this fence here, as an inner fence to keep my guys away from the possibility of anything glitching part way through and causing a whole bunch of ruckus and so on. And we'll see about that. In the meantime, I'm going to get some supplies together and we'll give a shot with a little bit of stego breeding. All right, get ready to do the breeding thing. Hey, how about that? We have another egg. All right. Now, this is not the fertilized egg, or it would say so in that little HUD. So this is just another of the regular eggs that come out occasionally. And I will take a moment and put that in the preserving bin with the others that I am still collecting. All right. Now, everybody's all out of order here because there was another raptor outside the fence. Apparently this is Raptor Day, or something like that. Anyway, I have loaded these two down and maxed out their weight. These two couldn't move now for anything because they're at max weight. They're overloaded. So I should now be able to enable wandering. And see here it says on the HUD, enable wandering to mate. So we will enable wandering. Oh, remove encumbrance. Oh, leaving them over encumbered is not a good idea. Oh, okay. See, I had this idea that enable them to wander, but have them so loaded down that they can't move. And that way it keeps them in a place where it's more convenient for you, the owner of the dino. Obviously, this is not going to work. So I think my egg production, as in fertilized egg to be hatched into a baby dino, is going to wait until I can build a special pen for this to take place in. Because I am not going to enable wandering, to have them just wandering all over the place and so on. It's just too much of a pain. So, yes, that's exactly what I think of the idea. So we're going to wait on this a little bit. I will get a breeding pen built, and then we will move the wanderees in there and allow them to wander in a very small space. In the meantime, I think I've had about enough action for today. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.